In a time long ago, the world was young, painted with the colors of fresh beginnings and untold stories. Among the inhabitants of this new world were two brothers, Cain and Abel, sons of the first humans, Adam and Eve. The sun had barely risen when both sons prepared to offer gifts to their Creator, a ritual that signified gratitude and reverence. Abel, with a heart born from fields of sincerity, selected the finest of his flock. His hands, though weathered and roughened by toil, handled the offering with tender care, his thoughts centered on gratitude. Cain, on the other hand, chose fruit from the ground he tilled. But his heart was clouded, shadowed by pride, and an envious storm that brewed silently. Both brothers presented their offerings, awaiting divine acceptance. To Abel, God's favor descended like a gentle breeze, a signal that whispered divine approval. But for Cain, the silence spoke volumes, a silence that began to stoke the embers of resentment in his heart. Consumed by the heat of his emotions, envy towards his brother and anger towards himself, Cain plotted under a sky burdened with unspoken thoughts. One day, under the pretense of companionship, Cain invited Abel to the fields, a place distant from probing eyes. There, in a sorrowful moment of rage, Cain raised his hand against his brother, extinguishing a life that was cherished. The earth seemed to stop and hold its breath. As heaven wept, God's voice broke through the heavy silence, seeking out Cain, imploring him with a question that pierced the depths. "Where is Abel, your brother?" Cain feigned ignorance, but God knew, just as he knows a whisper in the wind. As consequence, God declared Cain cursed from the earth, destined to wander in a land unyielding. Yet, in his vast compassion, God marked Cain, not as a constant reminder of his guilt, but as a protection against those who might seek his life. From this tale arises a timeless lesson, the danger that dwells in jealousy and pride, and the importance of intent, much more than the deed itself. It's a call to introspection, to sift through actions with a heart aligned to pure motivations. For true favor lies not in the offering, but in the sincerity of one's heart. Today, let us examine our own hearts and motivations, ensuring they align with a will greater than ourselves. In our modern age, the story of Cain and Abel still whispers across time, teaching us to pursue sincerity, not hollow gestures, to cast aside jealousy, and to act with purity of heart. Follow, like, and subscribe for more. Smart Story Studio.